Hi, everybody. Look at that. And we're only 3 minutes
Oh,
late.
wait, what? No,
What?
I can't hear
What?
you. Why can't I hear you?
What? I have no idea.
Come on, let me make sure everything's. You can hear me.
I can hear
It
you.
says my headphones are in. You have to. Let me try plugging it back in again. Because if I can't plug in, all right, try
Can you
again.
hear me? Can you hear me?
No, that again.
Can can you hear me?
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, that was very sudden.
Wow. Is it okay? But now, so we're all good now.
As far as I know, as long as
Okay.
Paramount Plus doesn't mess with me, I
I
was
was I
not.
was just I was just gonna say, do you want to double check and make sure you're still paused at zero on the episode and everything?
Well,
And
yes, I paused at 0. Let me hit
you
play and
want
see if I
to
can
play
do
a
that.
little bit of it so you can hear it?
Yep, I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Like it's weird. There were two different, there was, yeah, headphones, Samsung, blah, 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 and then same as system, headphones, Samsung, blah, 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 blah. And apparently I have to have the same as system one today. That may be different, like on
Apparently.
Friday when we do read away. Okay. They'll cut up. I mean, we all ignore Steve anyway, everybody. So, we
No
should be used
respect.
to that. Okay, Rodney,
No. No. I get no respect.
you don't deserve no respect. That's not true.
Wow, that's
That's not
just
true. That's not true.
Black Cover 95. Yes, we have started. If you would like to ask something, go ahead.
Starting is
We're
is
in the we're in the chit chat portion, so
yeah.
we have not started watching the episode yet. By the
Oops,
way,
sorry.
as I think everybody in the chat is well aware, but just in case anybody hasn't figured it out yet, we are watching Past Tense Part 1,
Oh
season
God, I'm
3,
so. Oh no, there's so
season
much
3,
pressure.
episode 11 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So if you have
There's
not got
so
it,
much pressure. Doom
there's
doom
never
doom digga
listen,
doom doom
you
doom doom
however
doom doom digga doom doom.
under pressure.
Pressure
Um
beating down on me.
question for you, Dana, from Black Cover 95.
Oh, oh, okay. This is easy. So everything's connected to the cloud. So you don't own your smartphone, but you have access to smartphones. Just you can like go if you can have a smartphone just like you would have dishes that you use, but like you would just leave them behind. You could leave them with the apartment or whatever. Same thing. You might it would be rude to like take somebody's smartphone out of their hand, just like it would be rude to like take somebody's clothes off of them. But you could just like go up to wherever you get your clothing from, like they do in the dispossess, and say, "Hey, I need a smartphone," and they would be like, "Here you go," and then you would like power up the smartphone, connect to the cloud, log into your account. That's where all your stuff is.
So you just get
I mean, it's
access
very
to a
similar to
phone
what we've
and
got now. Yeah, it's
sign
like
in.
sign in. It's all
But you'd have
uploaded.
to remember your password. God.
Not necessarily. I mean, they could do it
You could
through
do like a
like bio ID,
fingerprint or a
or
face thing
like
or something. Yeah.
or password. You could do a password if you wanted to remember the password and you didn't want to do the bioscans, but whatever. It's a grammar episode. Ooh,
Well, because it's
grammar.
past tense.
See, I didn't remember that's what it's called. Okay, so LL8. Oh God.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. In EduSpeak, that's lead like a pro, which I'm not really fond of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So yeah. So I'm gonna be a little off tonight. My dad's in the hospital. It's not. I don't think it's a big deal. His dumb butt was getting a cap switched out. Like sometimes they have to be done, and they were putting the new cap on, and maybe the dentist or the clinician.
The
There's a word for it.
hygienist.
hygienist like fumble fingered, or maybe he moved his head wrong. But the cap was fumbled, and he coughed and aspirated that sucker.
Yeah.
And it's in his lung. So he's in the hospital, and he's, yay pizza. He's 81 now. So he's on blood pressure medication. He's got blood thinners. And so they have to wait for those to wear off so they can do surgery safely. So the surgery is scheduled for Friday. So I have to wait. There's what? Well, there are many things that I'm not super great at, but near the top, below remembering things, is waiting.
Indeed.
I hate the waiting. I could give you my word as a Spaniard. No good. No good. They still want Dad off the blood pressure medication. Blood thinner, whatever.
Even though he offered to give them his word as a Spaniard.
Yes. Black Cover 95. Those would be individual accounts. Private. I would think there's still the privacy is still a thing. So also because of this, I am really pretty upset about this. And I'm self-medicating. So this is one of the sodas that I have, tangerine mango, very tasty. 0 calorie, although it is sweetened. It's no calories.
You've made certain to point that out to me on numerous occasions.
So that is my mixer, and then I have New Amsterdam regular vodka and some tangerine sugar-free Torani syrup.
So there you go.
So yeah, that is how I am dealing with the physiological and where's my other? Oh, I think it's out there. I have a Theracane, and I can reach that sucker around, and they're not.
Oh yes, yeah.
So nice, so nice. I love my Theracane. So yeah, Black Cover 95 individual accounts, and yeah, I would think they would still be to some degree private. Although, given that it is a socialist society in my utopia, there is a degree of openness that is expected more than in our society, I think. Blah, 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 blah. I hope I enjoy this one too, Snake Big Hat. We've actually, we decided that was actually going to be a point. So we haven't, which is worse? If I actively dislike the episode, or if I am indifferent, like I don't even care enough to dislike it. What do you guys think? Because Steve, I know we talked about this and said, okay, and then we sort of put it off and said, did you decide? I know that everybody is waiting to find out if I care. Oh boy. I'm going to have some more booze. It tastes good.
You're asking if I decided which is worse?
Yes, or which is better. Either way.
I mean, practically they're very similar, because the end result of either the end result of either is it doesn't make you want to watch the episode or watch the next episode. You know what I mean? Like either you don't care or you're actively disliking it. Either way, it's like you're not into it. So they're really not that dissimilar. I mean,
well, so far we have 2 votes for indifference being worse in the chat. And I would be interested in why you guys think so. And they don't think I'll be indifferent. They think if I'm going to not like it, I'm going to not like it. I'm going to dislike it.
I mean, I get the rationale behind that, because like if somebody dislikes something, at least you have provoked a reaction, you know? So
it's just deep. I have pizza.
Shall we just start watching the episode?
No, we have to say, how has your week been? My week has been mostly good, aside from that. Also, my mom hit a deer. So if you are the keeping people in your thoughts, it's it's been a rough week for my poor parents. Oh, oh my goodness gracious. So, but I have had a really good week.
Yeah, school's been going well, right?
School's been,
knock on wood.
I've got a bookshelf over here. I don't know. Did that come through the snowball? I heard it's not nice and loud, but I'm like right here.
I heard.
So yeah, I really like my students. I really enjoy them. There's some of them who are just saying, I don't understand how you can, how you want to, I've got a bunch of seniors, how you want to come back to high school all the time and deal with teenagers all the time. I'm like, I don't know what you guys talk about. Y'all are great. And like, yeah, I get to see, I have to put up with all your drama, but I get to see you guys work through it and, grow up and mature and learn to deal with these things. And that's pretty freaking cool. So, I've had the opportunity to talk with some of my colleagues, coworkers about the possibility of presenting at the Georgia Council of Teachers of English Conference. So pretty excited about that.
That's exciting because you've wanted to do that for like the last year or so, right? And you haven't really had a chance to put together a proposal.
So yeah, we're starting to work on that.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and I really like my students. I'm really happy about that. So what about you?
My life is very stable. It's very rare for me to have a bad week. Because I only had one cat and that's out of the way. So, no, I've had a pretty good week. My Nichelle Nichols tribute video went up today and it seems to have gotten a decent response. People seem to appreciate it, and which makes me happy. And I was working today on another video, a video for Monday that is Nichelle Nichols related, but is not strictly about her, but it's about the lost episode of The Lieutenant that would have been her TV debut, but then they never actually aired it. So, but it's a video about that. I'm working on it. I have a little bit more to go on it, but I'll probably finish it tomorrow.
Because you're awesome. And you are a professional YouTuber. By the way, I'm hoping that, so my daughter has told me that she saw at school, they did a poster of what they wanted to be when they grow up.
Right.
And one of them wrote UTUB.
Uh-oh.
Look, like 6. And she said, I think it means YouTuber. I'm like, please take a picture of that so I can send it to Steve.
That child needs an intervention quickly. Quickly.
It is possible, Steve. And you know what? If she finds out which class it's from, you could do like an interview via Zoom with these children. You could be the intervention.
I could say, look,
don't be like me. Make better life choices.
Kids, look, I'm doing this because I have no other skills. You are still young. You have your whole lives ahead of you.
Hey,
Study hard.
I will point out, you do have other skills. You can push a broom.
Yes, I can, for far less money than what I make making YouTube videos.
I'm so glad you're doing better than you were at. Was it Pilot?
Pilot, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Noble profession. Black Cover 95.
UTUB.
UTUB. Was the vested interest in school me? You didn't did you? Is that? I can't tell if that's sarcasm.
I didn't know you had a vested interest in school.
I don't know. Okay, I think those are accent marks, not something that's on my screen.
Oh, you're looking at the
yeah, I'm like, is that
Kringle's
that accent? I think that's an accent, not a smudge.
Yeah.
Because there's also a smudge over where Caitlin says Steve. I'm pretty sure, yep, that's a smudge because it just scrolled up and it's now over.
Yes.
The empty space after Utub.
Yub-tub. That's what the Ewoks call it. Were you going there too? Did I just beat you to it by like half a second?
You did. I was busy breathing.
Yub-tub.
Oh, thanks, everybody. It's so dumb. I think the vodka's kicking in. I think I'm going to enjoy this episode, Steve.
I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so too.
Redneck Lover 22, which pilot? The one off Halfway Boulevard? No, I worked at Pilot so long ago that one did not even exist when I started.
Steve is old.
Yeah, no, the one I worked at was the one off of off of Interstate 70 and Greencastle Pike. That was the one I worked at.
I have pizza. All right, so, let's watch the episode.
Let's watch the episode before you get any drunker.
I'll get drunker through the episode. It's great.
Okay, so are you still paused at 0 and you're ready to go?
I am.
Okay, and everybody, we're going to be watching, again, Deep Space Nine, Past Tense Part 1. So pull it up and get ready to push play. I will count us down from 3. It'll be 3, 2, 1, play. And we all push play when I say play. Hopefully that is clear to everybody.
Vilcata, okay. So that's not lactose intolerance. That's actual, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. And you can pretend that I have like fake cheese on this. We have a vegan restaurant called Cashew here. They make cashew cheese. It's really good. I'm ready, Steve.
Whenever Are you ready?
Count 3, 2, 1, I'll shut up. I promise.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm getting set to do it right now. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but you haven't actually started counting. So
okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
See, I told you I would shut up when you started counting, and I did.
Stardate 48481.
Oh, we get a beauty shot of
I have been asked to address the annual Starfleet Symposium.
An asteroid. Whoa, hey, is that supposed to be Earth?
I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
Yeah, that's Earth.
And to visiting my sister in Portland.
Wow.
Entering Earth orbit.
He's like really enunciating for that particular captain slot.
If you ask me, the seas could be a little more purple. That's funny. I was just thinking they weren't green enough.
I guess it's true what they say. There is no place like home, no matter what color the water is.
I thought he was about to say beauties in the eye of a beholder.
Not Drone or Drasman, the commander of the Proxima Maintenance.
Look, Ada, I'm so sorry.
You're more than welcome to come along. The entire senior staff was invited.
Full dress uniform, fine table linens, a different fork for every course. Thanks, but no thanks. That's why I stayed and enlisted.
Oh, is the show audio in the video?
Show up for these formal dinners.
Thank you, Blake. That's not supposed to be there. I'm gonna have to fix that.
Oh my God.
See channel.
I just received a message from the Grand Nagus. He wants me to remind you of the critical role he played.
Well, that's annoying.
I'm sorry. Let's see what happened. Of course he does. Well, that was fun. They said it's good now, Steve.
Well, it's because I have it muted on mine. I'm going to have to just read the subtitles, I guess.
Well, but you're a nerd. You know all the dialogue. You can just turn the subtitles off and just...
It's just
annoying. Frustrating that it doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
Indeed.
I'm sorry, Steve.
It's whatever. Don't worry about it.
Gone. Dun, dun, dun.
What are you, an anarchist?
Yes.
No, Caitlin, it wasn't. I
I
know.
don't match.
It
Mine
wasn't.
is red, his is green.
Caitlin, it wasn't coming through my mic.
Well, it was a cute scene.
Dun dun dun.
Caitlin, so since if we're paying for you, then you're gonna work. Well, I'm glad, because that was a cute little scene.
All right, I think the audio problem is fixed.
Let's find out.
If anybody can still hear it, let me know. But
Let us know in the chat.
I'm not picking it up.
Some more.
I'm not picking it up on the display, so it should be fine. But if anybody can hear it, let me know.
Nick Cat says theme music.
Nope, it's not fixed. Never mind. Don't worry. Just forget about it.
The answer is yes.
Live around here much?
Renee Echevarria, producer this time. Screw you. Ooh, they have a sculpture out front. Ah, the Heisenberg compensators. It's a mystery. Oh, look. There's never been an audio problem before, except when Dana forgets to plug things in correctly. I don't know why there should be one now. Kris Kringle, thankfully they beat the odds. They would have had to hold their breath for a little while. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
They're not wearing flowers in their hair.
No, they didn't know they were. Actually, they did know they were going to San Francisco, but I guess that's no longer in style in the 24th century.
See? There's the problem.
255 AD, that's a nice attitude. Just once I want one of these mishaps to happen and the person's just dead. Well, that happens in Star Trek The Motion Picture. Remember that poor Vulcan science officer who's supposed to beam aboard in the beginning? I mean, granted, it happens to a nobody, but still.
Like this. They're incredibly well spaced out. They all look incredibly well fed. They're clean cut. It's wow.
Well, they don't have the budget to starve a bunch of extras.
Well, they also don't shove the tents together. Like they skimmed on the tents, Steve. On the tents.
Well, they had
they
had a limited tent budget.
They spent it all on getting cork for that one scene. Ah.
Look,
I really, really like the phrase "dollar store Spock."
Dollar store Spock.
It's a good phrase,
that.
Isn't it?
Look at that completely accurate 2024 computer she's using. Kaylee,
yes.
Oh, past tense. That. Yeah, that's good work.
That's nice.
That's good work.
That. Enjoy. I hope you have pizza. Give yourself an extra slice with that one.
Yes, that's quality
Dang.
work. And what, Japan is the only place to get tattoos?
They're amazing. Single color and like pretty clear. You do what you gotta do. It's a rough world. That might be the boost.
Vilcata, that is not what I would call them. That is not what I would call an opportunity. Well, the booze greatly amplifies your sass. And, well, yes, and pretty much this just in general, yes, but the sass particularly.
Ha ha ha, awkward laughter. Good answer.
Put your feet here.
Hi, Azalea Jean. We don't know who the heck you are.
I love that the computer terminal tries to upsell the fucking cop.
Oh, please, dude. Do you remember, you know what the advice is with talking to cops? Do you know what it is, Steve?
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I wouldn't say that because this is not my Patreon. But that might have been what I was thinking.
As Gwen Stefani might say, don't speak.
It's a really good point, Steve.
That, yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just had a problem with the transporter. Maybe don't use it. Just say it.
It's beaming people back in time. We better just shut it down for a little while.
Azalea Jane, what you should say is bye. I think it'll be okay. Dun dun dun. Do 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 do.
Don't do that. Yeah, there you go. Draw on that lady's hand. That's good.
I drew on my hand. Actually, I can get rid of it now because I remembered to do the thing. Chris Kringle, I don't know. Azalea Jane, those are all great things to say. And or I'm not saying anything else. I am using my right not to incriminate myself. And I want to talk to a lawyer. Whoop. And then what, Steve?
Shut the fuck up. Wow, you are smart.
Good question, 255AD. Yeah, I would say so. It's accurate. Were you not paying attention? I noticed that. But exposition. Well, Caitlin, don't forget, Cisco and Bashir are also found by cops, and Jadzia was found by a dude who thought she was hot. Who was not a cop, also.
I think it's cute that they let Cisco and Bashir interview together like buddies. Yeah, Azalea, I think that's the least realistic part of this episode. The idea that something like this happened and it spurred immediate and broad social change. Like, something tells me that's not how it would actually go. Yeah, Matthew, exactly. Haven't we? We've been there, haven't we?
Caitlin, I missed that they were near each other. I just figured they'd been actually physically separated more than that. And although that does make perfect sense.
Yes, ghosts, they exist.
Yes, we will shortly just recognize people who haven't integrated well, just because.
You can just tell by looking at them. Well, you can tell when they start to murder you. You're like, oh, I bet this is a ghost.
Mm. Because you're cute.
I'm having a little
Snake Big
get together
Cat, why is
here
that?
tomorrow. Here tomorrow at the office, so we don't have to build another set.
Snake Big Cat, do you think that's because the situation is different, or just because you're more aware of it than you were, like, you know, you're more aware of, you know, sort of what it's like for people who are in poverty, and especially people who are homeless, than you were, what is this, 30 years ago? 20, 25?
This was 95? 94, 95, so.
Almost 30.
Yeah. Close enough.
Bless their hearts.
I think this was January
Really not that
95.
crowded.
Yeah.
It's okay. I just go with the narrative. Just go with the narrative.
Yeah.
What, just allow tent cities and say you what, have to stay in the tent city until you find a job? No, absolutely not. I disagree with Bashir here. It's not that you've forgotten how to care. It's that you care so much and you wear it out. And you're caring for people and not being able to help them hurts.
Yeah, but his line is a lot quicker.
I don't care. My line is better.
You would write an episode of this show that would be 4 hours long because of how much everybody would talk.
No, because just like they did with this story, I can cut it up into multiple parts if I needed to.
Oh God! So it would be a 4-parter. Yeah, Azalea, exactly. When did Trent get all woke?
No, 255 AD, absolutely not. Absolutely not, because there was a tent city not near from here, or not far from here, that was, it was in a wooded area, and it was sort of back from the road, and it was hard to see, but it was like back behind some trees, and I knew it was there, and they came in and they cleared it out. They destroyed everything. So no, I absolutely do not believe it. They're all wearing hats. It's the hat club. Chris Kringle, what they did or what I'm describing? Because what I'm describing is absolutely like that. It's saying, go somewhere else. We don't care where it is, just not here. How are we going to figure out which ones are most likely? Shh, breathing, breathing, breathing. Just let it go. Let it go. Go. Bill Cotta, actual fedoras are always in style.
You know, that's a really nice.
Thought of that.
That's a really nicely made trash can fire. I mean, it's got actual wood in there and everything.
Yep. Not just trash.
No.
Azalea Jane, exactly. It's just. Yeah, Matthew, exactly.
John McWhat, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, look, it's Fighter Fest food. Or Fire Festival food. I said Fighter Fest, which is the wrestling version, because that's my frame of reference.
Yeah, I think it's more like a ghetto.
I mean, I think it's literally a ghetto.
I'm just like, they're so overcrowded. I'm like, look at all the space. All the space.
You don't think this seems crowded? I mean...
Not for a tent camp, dude. No.
Well, but it's not, I mean, I think you're, you know...
You got plenty of room. Look at that. There's all kinds of room on that staircase.
Okay.
He is, look at that. Look at that. I'm shutting up. And he's so clean. Look at that. Look at that haircut. He's so well maintained. Look at that. Look at that white. be just a second. I know what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear. Oh. I feel the need to fit in. It doesn't really work because I've got my hair up in the back, so I can't pull the hat
It
down.
doesn't quite fit, but
It really doesn't work. Ouch. Ouch.
but now
ouch.
you can be in the sanctuary district.
Now I can be in the sanctuary district. Actually, my other hats are back in the bedroom. Ouch. Ouch. I pulled it down and now my bun is like pulled. That's true, Drama Dork. But honestly, hair grows back. And I guess extras, they just didn't pay him enough to be like, look, will you cut your hair crappily? And they'll be like, no, screw you. Pay me extra. And they're like, nope, we're not going to do that. They're like, okay, I'm going to just look like I don't belong here. You're like, okay. Oh, ow, 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 ow.
Okay.
Yeah, it just like when I jammed the hat down, it pulled my hair. And so now as I'm taking the pins out.
Oh, he spilled ketchup all over himself.
Well, they did run out of napkins, didn't you hear?
Well, I mean, you can see the shocking result.
No, what? Without antibiotics, you see, can you say what it's like to say that somebody's going to be fine without any antibiotics or like actual medical supplies? It's okay. I think he's going to die.
Bashir dressed like an angel.
I think
from
most
Dogma.
men could use a little practice. Oh, that so could have been much better.
Thank you. Oh, you're going to keep talking.
But if you're looking for me, what's his name?
I don't think they established his name yet, and I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
They establish it later, I think. Or at least they tell us his last
That's
name.
a really good point. What kind of party is this? Ain't nobody taking the fancy hors d'oeuvres? That is baloney. Let me tell you. That is absolutely baloney. That old scam. Matthew, yes. Or the Gaullists. Which I'm guessing is supposed to be a reference to the French Revolution. Yeah, Caitlin, exactly.
Hey, so your friends seem pretty terrible?
Look sad and in distress. Miss Damsel.
Please help me. Well, then you'll get to eat
I want
twice,
to know
Julian.
more about the food with that party. Oh, wait, that's not how you meant party. Sorry, 25580. Flannel!
Give me your lunch money.
Oh! Bless their hearts. Let him go. Let him go. Oh, the two-fisted paw.
Yeah.
Oh. It's so DS90.
Okay, I changed my mind. The least realistic part of the episode is that guy landing that many punches on Cisco. That's the least realistic part.
Nope. The least realistic part was the black guy with the super sharp haircut on the staircase. That was just like, I mean, seriously.
Speaking of
dude
things
had his hair attended to within the last week at least.
Speaking of things that need to be let go. Yeah, Chris Kringle, exactly. Yeah, swinging a man who punched out Q. Now, to be fair, Fedora guy didn't know
They don't know.
But still.
Caitlin, I would have thought it would have been more effective to deliver that line with more compassion. Like, well, it's the only way to keep those people off the streets. Like, we're offering them something better. I need more vodka. Oh boy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the future is screwed.
Oh, damn it. What? How is that not the break between the episodes?
Because something else is coming. You just have to wait. There's another.
Okay.
Believe me, the out for the cliffhanger is much better than that.
Okay, I trust you. And well, I did notice that was a person of color.
I'm just gonna have to watch.
I will trust you. Somebody's coming. Whoa. Thank you, Azalea Jane. Yeah, exactly. It's totally his food card. Ooh, she's got a shoulder bag.
Stylish in any century.
I know, and she's very well coordinated. Here you go. Uh-oh. As one does. As they can, Snake Big Cat, but like they're not allowed to leave the sanctuary district. And Edith Keeler. Somehow they like undeaded her.
Oh no! They undeaded her.
Drama dork. Exactly. It's such a so coincidency. I'm also digging her like sleeveless tunic crocheted.
Yeah.
Itch. Oh, she got a cute little brooch. Dun dun dun. Is that the dun dun dun?
No.
Nope.
It's coming up.
Another dun dun dun. It's like they're
up.
just dun dun dunning on top of dun dun duns. Ain't that the heckin' truth? Oh, see, this is why it's so important to have job creators.
They are so important.
Oh!
What?
I'm sorry. Even if you were criminals, that doesn't mean you deserve to be treated like crap. I'll shut up now again.
I mean, I agree with you, but it's not necessarily a flaw in the episode.
But it's not, because that is a thing that people say.
$285 AD, whatever it was, it didn't have anything to do with spaceships, apparently. Or global telecommunications. Uh-oh. Oh man, this is worse than Woodstock 99.
Okay. Kelly, what's the Parisian Bob? Is that the Vidal Sassoon one? Has it ever gone away? He'll be okay. It's the other one you have to worry about. His partner, the one who is just about to retire.
Cisco's got a gun.
That's not the wall, that's a window. I'll just have you know. Just
technically.
Precision matters, Steve.
Indeed.
I'm liking his enunciation. Way to show initiative, new boy. Everything's up in the front of the mouth.
He speaks like he's got Ferengi teeth in.
Ah! Nope, that ain't coming back. Because, yeah, the smoosh out around it. Nope.
Here it comes.
Yep. Saw
Dun,
that
dun,
coming.
dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Caitlin, I disagree. I think the episode break is in the exact place it should be. I think that is a much stronger cliffhanger note than just having Belle die. To be continued.
Yeah. I think finding Gabriel Bell dead would have made a good break. And
that would have been a good one, but I mean, I think the one that they use is better.
No, I disagree because I mean, I saw that coming.
Well, I don't care if you saw it coming. It's a better note.
I don't
it's
care.
A better, the fact that you saw it coming is less important than the fact that it's a much more dramatic note to end on than some guy that we just met and have only heard about through dialogue, but is supposedly an important historical figure died. Like, you know, it's not. Oh no, history has been changed.
I disagree because they are strong enough to. Now I will say, Bashir's actor, whatever his name is, that
Alexander Siddig.
The eye roll. I'm like, wow, that's okay. You know, there's no sort of horror as like, oh, we just seriously screwed up history. No, it's just like, oh God, man, that sucks.
Oh, dude, really?
I'm like, okay, and maybe it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Maybe he was told to just, you know, undersell it because that wasn't where they were ending. They didn't want they wanted to undersell that. So, but I'm just like, I was like, really? You're giving that an eye roll? That's what it gets? Okie dokie then.
Because he's like, oh great, now this.
Matthew, exactly. The guy who's just like, yeah, we need a revolution.
You're keeping your mouth shut on that one, aren't you?
Oh boy, I'm breathing.
Just Kringle narrative structure is very important.
I would say good storytelling matters, and structure is one
part of that.
Yes.
Yes. But here's the thing. If you're writing for a weekly television series, there is a certain amount of structure that is imposed on you that you can't really do anything
and I think
about.
that was Caitlin's point too. Snake Bait Cat, that was I don't like the delivery on that last line. I wanted to see more sort of, okay, I'm going to do this now. This is what I, you know, I wanted to have more, I guess, gravitas. 255 AD. I liked the episode.
I'm so glad you liked it. Glad you liked it. And hopefully in 2 weeks when we watch the second part, you'll like the conclusion, because
John McWhat. Often. Although not always, because it depends on what they're trying to accomplish.
Now, I don't, no spoilers, but Fedora Guy is not actually a cop. But now that that's been brought up, that would be
he doesn't
that would be a hilarious twist if that is something that happens.
He doesn't seem pokey enough. He's not quite antagonistic enough to be a cop.
Well, I mean, he is pretty antagonistic, but
255 AD, your question of ghettos for the homeless. I really don't think it's that likely, honestly. Because what it seems like, based on the fact that they talk to the, I guess, social workers, like, well, you know, we're providing something for this unhoused population. We're providing some place for them to be while we provide social services, and we're giving them food, right? And we're giving them, theoretically, aren't they giving them medical care? I don't know. And job training and da-da-da. And like, yeah, I think it's unlikely. Because what that says is we want them here, and ain't nobody saying that. Yeah. No, yeah, but Azalea Jane, part of the premise is like sometimes I'm gonna like it and sometimes maybe not. So yeah.
I think Trek acceptably applies to like the episodes that you have liked the most, because I don't think you've ever been like absolutely, you know, over the moon about any of them so far. It's
Yeah.
not like, but the,
This
but
is
the
this
the
is
ones you have liked the most are the ones that I think would be, well, that's acceptable. It's you know.
well, 255 AD, keep in mind what a dystopia is. That it is, the premise is that there's something utopian about it that got twisted. And I think the idea of providing shelter and food and medical care for people who can't pay for it on their own, that is not capitalist, but saying you do not have freedom of movement. And then we're actually not, we're just going to leave you there. You're going to stay there forever. And there will be no opportunities for you. You'll never get out. That's what makes it dystopian. I think that absolutely works as dystopian, just because it's not, dystopian isn't the same thing as completely dismal. It's a different definition. It's a very specific type of creepiness. There was a
Philip, I kind of agree with you, because it is a little weird, because the episode does establish a couple of the street people, for want of a better term, throughout the show, and then to have Bell just be like this random guy we've never ever even seen. Like, I do feel like if they had used the guy from the stoop as Bell later on, it would have been, you know, at least it would have had a little bit more impact. Just having Bell show up like an angel at the end, you know, is a little, yeah.
Yeah, Steve, I would say I like this episode, but this is not like Miss Marvel episode 1 squee level. But it definitely, I will say it works for this show because it gives us things to talk about. I do like.
Oh, for sure.
So this was in the mid 90s.
Yes.
So I like I like the computer terminal.
I know, right?
The computer
Star Trek
terminal is hilarious.
Star Trek has been good at predicting technology a few times, but other times it is like hilariously bad at predicting technology.
That was not it.
It's it's great.
And Azalea Jane, that's a really good question. As in, you know, since this is Star Trek, heck, if I know what caused the lack of housing, don't know. I mean, ridiculously inflated housing prices like there are now. I mean, like we have, this is a house that we have a mortgage on. We are not renting, but we haven't, you know, finished paying it off, so we don't own it outright. But also, it's a foreclosure. There's no floor in this room. There's just a subfloor that's like plywood, and then we have cardboard on top of that, and then I've got area rugs. And there's no edging along the ceiling. I don't know if you can't really see it. The stippling, what's it? We have popcorn ceiling, and it's coming down in places. We just haven't. We've tried to repair it once. It didn't take in some places, and we're just like, oh well, screw it. We don't really care. So it's not really in a place where we can sell it. If we needed to move, we'd be in a really tight spot. We would be able to move, but I don't know if we'd be able to get another house.
Blake, we wouldn't know he was Bell until Cisco says that. It's not like the guy if it was the guy on the stoop, it's not like he would introduce himself as Gabriel Bell. And there's nothing in the episode that suggests that Cisco recognizes Bell on sight.
Yeah.
He knows him as a figure in history, but he doesn't like see him and go, oh shit, it's Gabriel Bell. So if it was the guy on the stoop that we saw earlier, we still wouldn't know. Like the episode would play out the same way.
Azalea Jane, I'm not sure about the existence of landlords maybe is not expected. They expected not to have landlords in the 2020s. No, in 1995, I don't think that there was any serious hope that capitalism would be gone by, even the mid 21st century. I'm not serious.
And obviously it's not.
Blake, exactly. He only knows him because of the ID card. 255 AD, I think I agree with your last part. I don't think people in, I don't think in 1995, if I'd watched this, I would have thought that there would be government enforced homeless camps. Like, if you were homeless in, I don't know, I mean, how common are these camps? Are these walled off tent cities? Like, if you were in San Diego, would you be relocated to this particular homeless sanctuary area? Like, yes, Azalea Jane, absolutely. It contributes, but also I think there's although that's also a type of landlord. I'm thinking there are a lot of businesses around here, or businesses, but there's a lot of like business space that's just for lease. And I don't understand how it's more profitable to just hold on to it empty, or like apartment complexes where the prices are just ridiculous. I'm like, why are they charging this much for that particular condo, apartment, whatever?
Yeah.
But because they charge that much, they don't have to fill up all of them. In every big, well, 255 AD, what counts as a big city? So, I mean, essentially, if somebody is outside, and I'm still not sure, like, if you don't have ID, you get put there. And what else? What else gets you put there? If you have ID, but like, I don't know, there is a whole process. There's a whole process. Like, there's like levels of being unhoused. Like, there's staying with family, unhoused. And there's couch surfing, unhoused. And there's snoozing in your car, unhoused. I mean, and they overlap, because I have been housed and snoozed in a car because I was taking a long trip and I thought I could make it all the way in one go, and I got sleepy. And so I pulled off the highway and I pulled onto like a little state road, and I pulled off the little state road, and I was like, I can't drive like this. I have to sleep. So I pulled off the little straight road, pulled off onto the berm, and I turned off the car and went to sleep. And I woke up because a cop knocked on the window, and I said, look, thank you for checking on me. I'm perfectly safe. I was driving, it was late, and I knew I wasn't safe, so I went to sleep. And I'm a nice white lady, and nothing happened of it, you know, and I had ID. But it's just like, at what level do you get put? And again, this is not the purpose of the episode, but it invites us to consider those questions. At what level would somebody be put into this particular situation? It's complicated. Yeah. And there are some people, like, even that's why I prefer unhoused rather than homeless. And you'll see, I haven't seen a lot of discussion of this, but like, I use it as it's a judgment that I make. There are some people who who want to be able to just get up and go. They don't like being tied down to a permanent fixture. And 255D, no, I think she's supposed to feel defeated, that she's, she wishes there was more, but she as an individual cannot do more. And she, where she is within the system, cannot provide them more. And she wishes she could. You can't fix everything. Yeah, Caitlin, that's one of the things I like about it, is it offers us the opportunity to say, okay, well, what does this mean? Why would they be here? What caused this? What led to this? And I think my guess is that these would have been set up as, well, this is an opportunity. And at first there wouldn't have been a wall, because they would have said, here's, you can be here and people won't mess with you, and it's going to be okay. There's medical care, there's free food, there's job opportunities. and people would have come there, and then things wouldn't have panned out, or they would have gotten a job and it wouldn't have worked out. They would have been abused by their employer or by their coworkers, and been slammed on because they're just one of these they're one of these sanctuary people, and so they're just like, well, I shouldn't have to put up with abuse. So they quit the job and they're back at the sanctuary again, and so it creates this cycle. And so one of the things I like about this, it invites us to explore that. And so yeah, it's definitely a woke episode, and I like it. So
I'm so glad you like it.
I really did.
So
Caitlin, yeah, she's saying they're understaffed and overstressed, but also just like not just understaffed and overstressed, but under budgeted. Like she's like, I can't, like I might personally be able to give you like, I don't know, $5, $20, whatever the equivalent is. I can give you some money, but like I can't give you long-term help. I don't have a place for you to stay. I'm staying in a small bedroom with my family, or a small apartment with my family. And I can't just take everybody in. I can't. And I know where there are apartments, but until you got a job, they won't take you. And I can try to get you a job, but without ID and without any references, they'll pick somebody else before you. Oh, it's rough. It's hard. But yeah. Matthew, I don't think so. I think it's more that it's that it's idealistic, and then people are like, well, we don't want them coming into our area. And so the wall, like once the cycle starts and people leave the sanctuary and come back, and they leave the sanctuary and come back, and they leave the sanctuary and come back, people start saying, well, can you just keep them there? And they put the wall up because of that. So, it's discouraging, but it invites us to look at how something that we mean as an improvement could go wrong, and say, okay, how can we avoid that? What can we do that would be better? Hopefully. So
Wordle?
Wordle?
Oh, and by the way, a note, and I haven't told you this yet, Dana, but I cleared my cookies out of my web browser. So the stats for Wordle will be starting over, but just for the record, everybody who is watching has known that we are undefeated on Wordle. So, and there's video evidence because in the previous episodes that we've played, it's there.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this. People can see it.
So it'll be starting fresh, but we're undefeated.
No, I really don't think it is, because who was I talking to? Oh, so yesterday or the day before, maybe on Twitter, I was breathing. I think it was the day before yesterday in the evening. There was an adult griping about the supply list that their child had been given by their teacher, things that this child needed for their school, for their classes. It was something like 4 composition books, 1 for each subject, 4 different colored folders, a red one, a yellow one, a green one, a blue one, 4 different color highlighters, a pink one, a yellow one, a green one, a blue one, and so on, so on. And so like a pack of markers, a pack of crayons, a pack of colored pencils, X number of pens, X number of pencils, a pair of headphones, durable headphones, not earbuds, headphones, and just like this 1-page list. And they said, this seems excessive, or am I being unreasonable? Now, fortunately, on my feed, it was filled with, yeah, you're being unreasonable. That's pretty consistent. And I'm just like, but this person's point was, this seems unreasonable. Schools should provide this. I'm just like, how exactly do you imagine that schools provide this? Where do you think the schools get money? It's from the people. So what you're saying is, I do not want to have to provide this for my child. I think other people in the community should provide this for my child. I'm just like, because it's still got to be paid for. We still live in a capitalist society. Blake, absolutely. Headphones. We all use them. A lot of schools will provide laptops or tablets for the students. But if the students are watching a video of a lesson, like a pre-recorded lesson, or playing a little practice game, there's often sound. And in order to get the sound, they don't want everybody listening to it through the speakers. So they say, for the love of all that's holy, you gotta have headphones. So yeah. So yes, the government can't afford it is not propaganda. It's just not. But what we're saying is we don't want to pay for that for somebody else's benefit. That's what it means. Let's be honest. And it makes me really, really, really frustrated, in case you hadn't noticed. Steve, do you want to play Wordle? I'm sorry.
Do you want to play Wordle?
I do, but 25580 asked a really good question. So
of course.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna play Wordle now. Okay.
Hearts is my first word.
Heart. Oh, that's yes, because you have switched strategies.
Hearts and then no HEART, because hearts would not fit. That would be 6 letters. So heart and then lions.
Heart. So we will try heart first.
Okay, so 25580 and Blake make great points that sort of complement each other. Keep going. So what did we get? I'm just while you're typing it in. So tell me, what did we get, Steve?
Nothing.
All right,
nothing.
Lions then.
Okay, lions. Lions gave us some things.
Okay.
Okay,
that's why we do it that way.
There is an L and an I, but not in the right places, and there is an N in the right place.
So that means there's probably a U somewhere.
Do you think? Oh yeah,
Well, there's not an
That's
H,
true. There's
E,
no.
an A,
Yeah,
that's
true.
O, so
that's
there's
true.
Probably a U.
Yeah. No, there is an I. There is an I.
Oh, L and I.
L and
sorry,
I.
Sorry, I missed that. L and I.
Well, you were probably paying attention to the chat.
No, I'm just tipsy. L I and then N is in the right place.
Yes, L I and N, yeah, and so the fourth letter is N, and there's an L and an I in there somewhere.
But the L is not in the right place.
No, the first letter is not L, and the second letter is not I.
What about blind? That would fit, right?
I believe it would, yeah, and I think that would work. Yeah, okay, you want to try blind? Blind. Oh, no, that's not it, but the L and the I are now in their proper place.
So
it's something, L-I, and something. No B,
and
no
the B
D.
and D are not right.
No B and no D. So something, L-I, and something.
Heck, what comes after the N?
I know, because there's no T, there's no
G,
S.
there's a G. It's G.
Oh, G.
I-N-G.
It could be fling.
Something L-I-N-G.
Fling or cling.
Fling would work. Cling would work. Fling, cling.
Yes. We have 3 guesses left.
Yeah, no, just hang on. So it's got to be one of those 2. Let's go for that. Which one do you think we should start with? Blake, I think the ing. So let's go, since Blake suggests clink, cling, clink, and fling. Let's try for cling, since it has the most in common with the 3 that we've got.
Cling. C-L-I-N-G. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's it. Cling.
We did great. We make such a great team, everybody.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, it feels good. I really, really like doing it with the group and talking through our choices and things like that. JH, alas, that would have been my next guess.
Caitlin's guess was good too. Plinth.
Winner, chicken dinner. Actually, no.
Pizza.
pizza dinner. Winner, pizza dinner.
And it works. It fits the meter. So.
Blake, it depends what you mean by playing chess. If you mean taking up the little horses and we can go do, that's how I play.
I do not. I shouldn't use present tense because I do not play chess. It's not something I do actively, but I know how to play, and I have played in the past. I've never been particularly good at it. A chess-themed Wordle game. Yeah. Somebody said there's like a Star Trek themed Wordle, and I looked at it and played it for like 3 minutes and was like, "There's no way I'm ever playing this again," because it's like because as you can imagine, in order to get like a large enough base of like words to play a game,
5 letter words.
Yeah, like the words, yeah, they're Star Trek words, but they're so ridiculously obscure. It's like I don't know these words.
Q-U-A-R-K.
Yeah, there you go.
Although I don't know if that counts. It's not a word. It's a name.
That's true. Is Wordle like Scrabble? No proper names?
IDK.
Although
I don't
Quark
know.
is
Maybe
also...
you should, maybe, Steve.
Yes.
Maybe you need to play that Star Trek Wordle game again.
And just type in Quark for all 5
Well,
guesses.
no, but like
define,
you just find it out. Do they use names? And just let us know.
Because I'm sure people are dying to find out.
Ooh, cheese. I like cheese. As you might have noticed by my glee when the pizza was brought in.
So, shall we go
wrap
ahead?
it up? 255, the government could afford it if funding was set up differently. Ah, boy. Ain't that the rub?
I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by set up differently. If we spent money on things we should spend it on and spent less of it on things we don't need to spend it on.
Like what, Steve?
If we resorted our priorities.
Like what exactly do you mean, Steve?
Well, like spend more on education and housing and social welfare programs.
Where's that money supposed to come from, Steve?
Oh, well, we take it out of the military budget.
Can't do that.
Why not?
Absolutely
Why not?
Cannot do that.
Why not?
Because, Steve, we need other countries to be terrified of us so that they allow us to continue taking out loans and not ever really paying back.
But the problem with that is, see, our military is already so many times bigger than most of our
but if it's not so many times bigger, and in fact we need to make it more bigger so that countries will continue to be appropriately afraid of us and give us tribute. And I think I need to stop now. If nothing else, because I need to open up OBS and cuss at the camera so that I can get.
Yes.
I haven't done my Patreon video, and it's already. No, it's not October 10th. The 10th is.
It's August.
Woo!
Okay, so let's wrap this up. So we will be back next week to watch an episode of Hilda. It will be season 2, episode 12, The Replacement. That is the Hilda episode.
Yes, but we'll be back before then.
That's right. I was getting to that.
Okay.
We will be back, but before then, we will be back. We'll be back on Friday, Dana and I together, because it'll be the last episode of our current Readaway series. We will finish off our discussion of All Systems Red, the first volume of the Murderbot Diaries. So if you have not read the final 3 chapters, make sure you have it read by the time we get to Friday so we can talk about
otherwise spoilers.
Spoilers indeed.
And you can just like not come to the stream and then be like, you would miss out on the conversation, but then you'd come back to it after you finished reading.
That's true, because it'll be up, you can just come back and watch
it
some other time.
Better if you can finish the book and then join us and talk about the book.
Indeed. Also, don't forget, Dana has a YouTube channel, youtube.com/DanaColdares.
Do! And you should look at the video that went up yesterday and leave me a comment, because it was about the beginning of school, and I don't think it has any comments.
That's a tragedy.
I will say, in fairness, it is not more of a tragedy than the way unhoused people are treated and shunted off every which way, and having their stuff destroyed and kicked in and trashed. That's not cool.
It is not more of a tragedy than that.
Yes.
Okay.
But for clarity.
And Dana also has a Patreon, patreon.com/Dana Coldares, where you can see, if you become a patron, or if you already are, you will soon get to see the video that she is going to record here in just a few minutes after we go off the air.
It's about coffee beans.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So,
I'm gonna cuss about coffee beans.
Because if you want to hear Dana cuss on video, you have to pay for it.
That's the place to go.
You have to
or
pay
you have
for
to
it.
watch really closely through like everything else I do. Mostly here.
Every once in a while, something slips through.
There is one on my channel, but it has since been fixed.
Yes, that's right.
Thank goodness. And yes,
also,
Caitlin,
yes,
thanks for bringing
Caitlin,
that up.
charitylinks.page. Yes, charitylinks.page.
Because helping people is good. Not just
Yes, it
saying
is.
that you're going to help people at some point and you can't afford to do it sooner. Helping people now is good.
Indeed it is. So don't
David
forget
Cordson,
that.
we're so glad that you made it here, even just to say hello. And you
Yeah.
ought to go back and like rewind this sucker and ta-da!
Absolutely. You can go back and watch it all over again. Or
Yes, David, we got today's wordle.
Yes.
So
You
you can
know.
like do it along with us, like rewind, and then we say we're doing the wordle. You can just do it along with us.
Exactly. It's how it works. It's the miracle of modern technology. So
Well, Rose, thank you all so much for joining us.
yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad that Dana enjoyed the episode. Right?
Me
Fingers
too.
crossed
It's-
fingers crossed that you'll like the next part of it when we get to that in 2
Really?
weeks.
That's and it's okay if I didn't. I'm glad that I enjoyed this one, even just every little bit. And if you are the keeping people in the sending good vibes, send my parents good
Yes,
vibes,
please.
Because boy, oh boy, they can use it.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're all hoping for the best with that. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.